All right, what's going on, everybody? Brian back with another live stream. How you guys doing? Camille, what's up, my man? How you been, bro? Nelly, how you doing? Chris, hey, man, how you doing today? I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Swaney, good morning. So we're going to be continuing with our Lethal / Nightmare Zone guide. Playing through, like I said last episode, I'm still, engaging with chat, answering any questions and stuff like that, but just to keep the flow of information going, because a lot of people like to use these as references. I'm just trying to keep it kind of pertaining to the guide. So if people are asking questions that don't really pertain to the game or the guide specifically, I won't really be engaging with it, only because, like I said, I want people to be able to utilize this as a reference and not have to sift through me, sitting here talking about the 13 years I was in the military and stuff like that. So just trying to keep it clean, and just so you guys don't think I'm ignoring you in the chat. But how are you guys doing? Let's go. Wolfie, what's up? When am I doing Project Zomboid next? I'm not sure, because I have a game plan for today. Today I want to go ahead and knock out... I want to play some Dark Souls, and I want to play some more Assassin's Creed. And we got Horizon Forbidden West coming out this Friday, so I'm trying to just chew through some games instead of bringing more on. But we'll have some more Zomboid coming. I actually have a little series that I wanted to try on Zomboid. But yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Does anybody know how long it takes to roll a Blood Plague Survivor? So it's all RNG, Romano. I've literally rolled a Blood Plague Survivor in a minute and a half, legitimately 1 minute 30 seconds, and then I've also had it to where I've sat there for an hour and a half and got a Blood Plague Survivor. So it kind of just all depends on how lucky you are. And that's about it. We're saving that for Thursday night, Caspi. All right, so let's get into this, guys. Now, Lethal Zone has changed quite a bit over the past, I would say, update. Because I'm playing currently, and I can tell you that the ramp up for zombie spawns is definitely a lot higher than what it once was. So it's actually taken me a little bit to adjust to it myself.
Hey, if you're listening and feeling helpful, could you swing by? Thanks.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this person on bed rest. Get them cleaned up a little bit. Okay, I'm just checking my resources. So we could, my main goal is to get some materials today so we can upgrade our workshop. And we're going to start trying to, I wouldn't mind getting workshop and infirmary level 2. And we're going to start planning on taking out some plague hearts, getting moved into a bigger base, and starting to pretty much gear towards a little bit more offense right now, because when you first start your Lethal Zone playthrough, you definitely start on the back foot, and you're trying to play catch up with resources. You're trying to get an arsenal built up, because you start off with nothing. You know what I mean? You got a couple melee weapons to your name, and that's about it. All right, yeah. So go ahead and get Nomia in there, and we'll swap over to Kayla.
Time to get some beauty rest, or even just rest. I'm not picky.
We'll just swap Kayla's clothes. I want to give her my my signature State of Decay 2 ninja hoodie. It's my favorite outfit. All right, so let's go ahead and get items on us. We do need some bigger backpacks too. Freaking. Let me see.
Hi there.
She's got a 6 also. She's got the 8.
Hey, a friendly face.
All right, there we go. I had to get the bigger backpack. I can't be messing around with no 6 slot right now, dude. I'm not about that life. All right, so crossbow.
calling from down here in Marshall. I need a hand liberating some of my equipment from a few Zeds. Can you help?
I'll be there as soon as I can.
All right, so
Thanks.
let's see here. Where can we get materials without sticking our necks out too far? Now, that's one of the things I always advise you guys to try to find resources in easier areas at first, if you can. Obviously, sometimes the game doesn't give you any options. You just kind of got to do what you got to do. Now, in Trumbull here, if you guys notice, there's high zombie pop here, but if you look up north here, really isn't. And there is a couple sites up here where I can get some materials. All this mid farmland here, the zombie pop isn't going to be as high. So you always want to try to target easier to loot areas before you're like, digging around plague territory, having to deal with that. Always try to focus on easier areas first. So what I'm going to do is we're actually going to take our car. We're going to kind of scan through this area here and drive past and see if any of these are like maybe little sheds or something that we can get materials out of. And I know up this hill there's a shed that we can check. And we're kind of just going to skirt around these fields here, make our way to Tracy, because I want to do that mission for her. Get a little bit of extra influence, because our influence numbers are really, really low. And we're just going to be scouting for materials on our way over there. And I know once I get over there with Tracy, it's going to be a little bit of a fight. So I'm going to bring extra fire just in case. And we're going to make sure that we're fueled up. Hey, Chris, I appreciate that, man. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll grab extra gas can. We're going to be doing a lot of driving.
To all the citizens of Trumbull Valley. This is Lily Ritter with the network. I'm reaching out because I'm worried about my friend Ray Santos. He hasn't been answering his radio, and I'm getting a little worried. I'm sure it's nothing, but I'd appreciate it if someone could check and make sure everything is okay.
Now, we will go check on Ray eventually. One of the things we want to make sure we do, though, is loot this, check and see if this vet center has any loot in it, because when you finally meet up with Ray, oh, there's a bolt right there, that's one of his first bases that he stays in, and you can't loot it if once he's in there. So, CV Dub, what's going on, man? Yes, CMYKS, during your first mission with Tracy, when she's following you, can you use her to kill a play cart? Yes, you can do the same thing with Milky Wilkerson and Isby and Chavez. When you get the missions where they follow you around, they are immortal, but they're fairly useful. So if that's something that you want to try to take advantage of, for sure. Okay, so storage shelter here has some materials in it. All right, this area looks pretty chill, and there's an enclave. Okay, so we're gonna park out in the open. You guys know I usually like to park up against something, but seems like okay. So that shed is looted. Let's see if we can get some materials out of here. John Grise asks, do you think they'll ever connect all the maps? I could only wish they would connect all the maps. I talked to Jeffrey Card about it before. He wasn't against the idea. He thought it was a really cool idea, but
Oh, look, I found a thing.
seems like a lot of work. And obviously, because, they're really, really starting to wind down on State of Decay 2 and probably put more towards State of Decay 3. Big overhauls, stuff that would require, a lot of work. I don't think we're going to end up seeing in SOD2. See if we can get this group to help us.
I can't catch my breath.
Annabelle, what's going on?
Make a trade? Sure, why
Ooh,
not?
they got mollies too for sale. We'll sell that. Damn, I actually wish I had some more stuff. We're gonna buy the mollies, but yeah. So this is the alcohol enclave. That person that wants me to go up here and find them. I'm pretty sure they belong here to the distillers. So. Drop that for now, and let's see. So we are already off to a good start. We got one bag already. I don't know what's at the end of this road, actually. Check and see what's over here.
The air feels warm and sticky. So gross.
Nice. Got another site here. It's actually working out pretty damn well.
But in plague territory, that never lasts.
So we got zombies that are going to be breaking out of that shed. So we're going to kind of pull back here into the open. See how many we got to deal with. Decent sized group. We'll see if we can keep it quiet. I would prefer to keep it quiet. Took a little chip damage here. Nothing crazy though. We're just in here for the materials and we'll get the hell out. So yeah, nighttime when you're moving around like this, you really kind of just want to play it slow. Try to make the least amount of noise as possible. Because obviously, like, you guys seen it last episode. All it takes is one singular zombie to scream and your whole entire situation just goes downhill. They're like really quick. So when I have these like missions where I'm like, okay, I specifically don't want to waste a ton of resources, because I could, if I ran into a group of zombies right now that I had to fight, like, yeah, I could fight them, but think of all the resources that I would be. Right now, our whole goal is to build resources, not spend more. So, and let's see here. I think this is just a little house. Those two barns I don't think hold materials.
Once again, if anyone in the Western Farmlands can check in on my friend Ray Santos, I'd really appreciate it. I'm sharing his last known location now.
I just got a van right there.
I am. Hey, Lily. I'm near that location you just shared, but the house looks empty.
That's not good. I know this is asking a lot, but could you please check it out for me?
No materials in this area, so we're not going to do this Ray Santos mission right now. So early game, someone's asking, early game, do you avoid ferals? Yes, if you're not really comfortable with fighting them, definitely just avoid them as much as you possibly can. Like for instance, if I have a loot location that I'm trying to go to and I show up and there's a plague feral there or a plague jug, I'll just leave, or I'll lure the feral away and then come back.
Like Mr. Zed's coming to visit. Nobody worry, we got this handled.
Okay, so we got enough resources at base to deal with that. Let's go check and see what this is right here. Preluded shed. It's another shed over here too. We're gonna go check. Yeah, guys, don't feel any shame in having to bail sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get the hell out. It is what it is. Reloaded. Here it is. Nice. Let's see what's area actually seems pretty calm.
No room for that.
Plague samples are definitely more important to me right now than seeds that I won't even use. Yeah, plague ferals they're very unpredictable. Sometimes I can melee fight a plague feral smooth as butter, no issues, and then sometimes you'll go and just get wrecked. You know what I mean? It just all depends on you and the situation, what else is involved. So early game, like I said, I do my best to avoid them as much as I possibly can. I'm not gonna go out of my way to fight a plague feral. Alright, so we're gonna, let's actually put some gas in the car. It'll save us a little bit of space, too. Now, I would prefer to do this mission with Tracy during the daytime. But, hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I think that's all of the sheds in between me and her, at least. There was this one thing in the middle here, but those are actually plague heart sites. I'm pretty sure. So the dark side mod can break your save. I mean, it's very out of all the times I've ever played modded, I've never had my save break. But it's always possible, so definitely be careful with that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we'll just move down here because she's going to want us to come back up here and clear out a barn. And I could sell some of this stuff to her. I don't know what I would sell, probably this hatchet. I don't want to sell the road flare either. Man, it's like, I really don't want to sell anything. Maybe we should just make a trip back to our base really quick. Dump this stuff and come back. Because if Tracy has... Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Plus, it'll give us a better chance of maybe the sun coming up. Yeah, so the whole goal here, want to go this way. Is to get these materials, and now I'm thinking about it. I could get these back to base right now, and we can start upgrading our infirmary or our workshop. I think I don't know which one I'm going to do first. Because, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I need fire. I definitely need fire, so I think we might go workshop first. In this shed, no materials. So it's always viable strat, guys, for you to try to minimize combat as much as possible at night, only because zombie spawns are higher at night. That's just a thing in State of Decay. And on top of that, you know what? Yeah, we'll be okay with that. So zombie spawns are higher at night, and then also your visibility's lower and stuff. You know, you can't see if there's a feral, you know, right down the hill that if it was daytime you'd be able to see, and because it's nighttime you can't. So you might get yourself in a situation that you're really not willing to trying to take on at the moment. So I generally like to keep big fights to the daytime, but sometimes you just got to get it done. I've had to go take out play carts at night, you know, because I just don't feel like waiting for the day. So as somebody asked, what's one idea I'd love to see implemented into State of Decay 2? It was actually one of the ideas I was kicking around the other day, is I'd like to see outpost traps and being able to store rucksacks in level 3 outposts to make them worth the 2,000 influence that they cost. We're almost there. I don't... Yeah, she's in a food place, so we might actually be able to get a food rucksack while we're here.
Hey there!
Okay, so there's going to definitely be some combat.
My breath.
Okay, so before we start this mission with Tracy, let's loot out this location. We should be able to get a food rucksack, and then I'm gonna sell all the seeds to her. And maybe buy another rucksack from her if she has any meds. I'll probably buy them. Ooh, and we got some ethanol. Guys, over 100 likes already. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
Underwhelming, but whatever.
And so the good thing is about I had somebody bring up yesterday in a comment that Trumbull Valley is a harder map, especially for newer players. It's a harder map, and they were right. It is definitely a harder map compared to the other ones, but in my opinion, I think that Trumbull Valley, the positives that Trumbull offers outweigh the negatives by leaps and bounds. You know what I mean?
There's a place just up the road that I left some important stuff in, but it's a little dangerous. You game?
I would never advise a brand new player to try Trumbull, but obviously if you're trying to move in a lethal zone, you should be like at least have a decent understanding of the game and their systems. And Trumbull just has a lot going for it that really gives you an advantage over lethal zone.
I guess it's time for me to clean up the mess you made while I was recovering, huh?
There's a place just up the road. That's good. Back when the world fell apart, the military rolled through, sweeping up anyone with scientific training. They even wanted folks working on their master's degrees in molecular plant sciences. I was right here, doing my field research. When they found me, I didn't even have time to pack.
And now you want help clearing out the zombies to see what's left.
Uh-huh.
If only every fight was that easy.
And so one of the main... one of the main things about Trumbull Valley is that makes it easier is the missions are predictable. We know what missions are. Are you gonna knock my door? Nope. We know what missions are gonna spawn, what areas you have to go to, so it's very, very predictable. Where the other maps, you don't know what traders you're gonna get, you don't know what missions are gonna spawn, you don't know anything because it's all actually random. Trumbull Valley is a little more scripted and easier to play around. Okay, so we're gonna park right here. I'm gonna snipe this screamer. Might not even have to waste any fire. Oh, good shot, dude. Horde pathing. Got a plague horde over here pathing through. Huh? Okay. Infestation's cleared. We'll let that horde path out the back door there, and we'll just move in here and loot.
Not bad at all.
Okay, time to see if anything I left behind is still here. Let me know if you find something.
A horde should keep it moving. So one of the best skills that you can employ in Lethal Zone is stealth. Just being quiet, playing it low. Now, I know stealth isn't for everybody. There's some people that just don't like stealth. They want more action-oriented gameplay, and you can do that. And this was one of the issues that Lethal Zone had when it first dropped, was a lot of players were pissed because they felt that Undead Labs was forcing them to play a certain way. They were like, because they had this like very gun-ho, shoot everything up, you know, gunslinging or sort, you know, just running around killing everything, grenades and bombs and mollies, and just really wreaking havoc and just that high action gameplay, which is awesome, and it is very, very fun. Lethal Zone made it so you couldn't do that early game. Now that's all it does is Lethal Zone stops you from being able to play like that in the early game, unless you're just some god tier player who can just, doesn't matter, you know what I mean? You can just do whatever hell you want. But for the rest of us, you have to kind of play slow. You can't just go out and just kill everything. You have to kind of play slow, avoid fights, and to me, I don't feel like it took anything away from the game. I feel like it added to the game. But that's obviously my personal opinion, because I like that slower play style anyways. But I know some people do feel like they took something away from the game, but I don't know. WTF, I appreciate that, man.
Shall we do some business?
Okay, yeah. Any luck?
Because you can still play like that. You just gotta, you know, it's realistic. Like, you know what I mean? If you start off in the apocalypse with nothing, how do you expect to just go around and kill everything? You know what I mean? At that point, the game would just be too easy.
It sure is. We all look so young. Oh, I remember Theo Hector taking this. My big cousin Ruben was going off to college. The whole family was so proud. That was when I realized I wanted to go to college too. After all, I was way smarter than Ruben. If he could do it, so could I. Thank you for finding this. I'd almost forgotten that day.
No problem.
Cool in that picture. I guess we should be getting back. I'm sure you have things to do. Even before the outbreak, the people living on farms like these were struggling to get by. Most of us were one bad harvest away from losing everything to the bank. I spent years of college and grad school learning the science behind it, finding ways to increase yields, improve efficiency, whatever I could do to help. I never wanted to see another farm fail. Not anyway.
Hey, Fire King, I hope your dad's all right, man. Any kind of surgery is no fun, dude. Bell, what's up, my man? How you doing? All right, let's get Tracy back home. And we should get a decent amount of, like, a little bit of influence from this.
What is that over there?
Go. Welcome home, Tracy.
Please brought back so many memories.
I'm doing pretty good, Bell, man. Doing pretty good. Just having a good time chilling.
Make sure no farm ever failed again. That dream died when the world fell. But I'm working on a new dream now. And I think this one just might work. You take care of yourself.
Till next time.
All right, so we got a little bit of influence from there. Tracy is now friendly, so when we do trade with her, she'll have cheaper prices. I'm not going to spend my influence on this. We're going to save up right now because I do eventually want to get another outpost. And I always tell this to people that are starting. One of the best outposts to get your hands on early game is this little food stand here. As long as it's not in Plague territory, I don't think I've ever seen it in Plague territory, honestly. But if this is not in Plague territory, you can claim this, and it gives you a nice spot to start attacking plague hearts in this town, which is our goal. We're also going to be heading up there during the day to that town, to Spencer's Mill, to try to loot more materials. Melissa, how you doing? So let's actually screw it. Let's go back home, drop this stuff off, and we'll head up to Spencer's Mill and start messing around. We're gonna scout those plague hearts, try to figure out where they are. Now, this is, like I said, this is a city I don't spend a whole lot of time in the early game. On Trumbull, especially in Lethal Zone, it can get nasty, guys. And I always advise you guys to stay out of that area unless you actually need to go in there. Because the spawns and stuff can get really, really, really hectic. It's hard to drive around that area. The roads are really, really congested. It's pretty easy to box yourself in, get jammed up in between some terrain and stuff like that. So... it's definitely one of those areas you want to go later on when you're more well equipped, and hey, maybe even just walk around a little bit and learn the layout, learn where the roads are blocked. That way you can navigate better when you are in those high stress situations. So if you're, go and you learn the area in a low stress, that's that Ray Santos mission. When you don't have a bunch of zombies breathing down your neck, you don't have ferals chasing you. You can kind of just take a moment, go learn the area. That way, like I said, when you do get into a situation where, the zombies have you backed into a corner, you don't know what the... Actually, should we loot this area? It's a med site here. We could use a bag of meds. You'll know the lay of the land a little better. So, a couple dry runs that never hurt anybody.
I can't keep fighting.
Clean these guys up real quick and we'll go in there and see if we can get our hands on some meds. Army Medical Outpost. Olive, yeah, I've checked out the merch, dude. Anders, how you doing? Hey, I'm so glad that these guys are able to help you, man, on your lethal playthrough. Okay. One more case. I don't know if we'll actually be able to get meds out of here. Now that I'm looking, the site doesn't say it has any meds. So that's one of the bigger differences, guys, between Lethal Zone and the lower difficulties is sometimes in the lower difficulties, you can go into a site and find multiple rucksacks, or you can find rucksacks that like you can go into a house, right? Let me show you, for instance. Do I have a house?
The network encourages us to inspire each other with our deeds and words. In my case, you should listen to what I do rather than what I say. If you're counting on inspiring words from me to keep you going, you're pretty much screwed.
All right, so like for instance, this house says it might contain, it has that little like gear with the hammer. It's pretty much saying like crafting supplies and random miscellaneous items. The thing about that is in like Standard Zone, Dread Zone, I think even in Nightmare Zone, you could go in that house and still find a rucksack of food. It's very, very possible. In Lethal Zone, they take that out and you can only find a rucksack in a building that it says you can find a rucksack in. For instance, like this site here might contain materials and fuel. I'm not going to go in there and find a bag of meds, but on lower difficulties you can potentially find that stuff. So this site saying that it's not saying it had meds in it automatically lets me know, okay, I'm not going to be able to find meds here. All right, let's go drop this crap off at home. Olive, I've never seen that before, man. Are you playing it on a TV or are you playing it on a computer monitor? Because depending on the that probably comes down to the quality of your screen. Okay, so we're gonna drop this off, and we're gonna head up and get that outpost up in Spencer's Mill. The only problem is the fruit stands. How much do those cost to claim? 300. Okay, so we could claim one.
Hey guys, I'm home.
I could use more building materials around here.
Yeah, I know. That's what we're going to do right now. So our workshop is currently level 2. As you guys can see, we can craft some more. We can craft Molotovs now. I don't believe I have a power. Yeah, so one of the cool things that you can try to find early on is like a bicycle generator or a portable generator, and you can install those in your in your base here, and it'll give you power, or in your facility, it'll give you power, and once you have power, you can craft things like the fuel bombs, you can craft the pipe bombs, things that require power in order to craft them. At the moment, right now, I don't have any source of electricity, which is fine. I mean, Molotovs will work, but we're gonna hold off because I don't need to craft them now. And I think she still's got a little bit of fight left in her, so we're going to head up there. I think we got enough fuel. No, let's grab another gas can. Starting to chew through it. Now, that is one of the things about Trumbull Valley is the map is very, very big. And you will be doing a lot of back and forth, driving around. So, make sure you're careful on what vehicles you use. There are some cars in the game that are very, very fuel inefficient. And then there's cars that are very fuel efficient. Like this car here is pretty decent on gas. But like if you find like a military truck or a van, stuff like that, you're going to be chewing through your fuel constantly. And before you know it, you're going to have no more gas cans. You're like, dude, where the hell did my fuel go? And in the early game, you kind of want to be careful with your fuel, because you need your fuel for getting around, but then you also need to use your fuel offensively. So if you go ahead and you waste all your fuel on your car, you're not going to be able to sit there and turn around and be able to use it for Molotovs either. So it's just one of those things you kind of got to watch out for. On my way up, I'm actually going to stop in this shed over here. Might be able to get some goodies out of here. Parts, stuff like that. Zombies just love screaming and lethal, man, I'm telling you. So oh, nice. Got a material there. There it is. I really didn't want to use an energy drink there. All right, got him. But I did want to get this site checked. I need parts, so parts are one of the. We're looking for materials, but I'm also looking for parts. So, any chance we can get some parts, we're gonna get them. Joshua, what's going on, man? Are fuel outposts worth it? So fuel outposts are definitely worth it. It just depends on your playstyle and what you're doing. There's been plenty of times where I'll go ahead and get myself a fuel outpost, especially if I'm really trying to crank out a lot of fire or gas or something like that. Fuel outposts are definitely worth it. It's not a bad idea to have at least one. Early game, fuel outposts really aren't a goal or something I set forth and try to get. So I'm gonna switch to that, but I'd say that mid game one fuel outpost definitely help you out. Yeah, well, we're not heavy, but her stamina is just really, really low, and now she's tired. Like she has only 103 stamina. Fresh survivors don't have very good stam, so you see. I don't think there's any lootables up on top of here. No. Sometimes, yeah, you can get rare weapon cases and stuff, but let's hurry up and loot this place out and get her up to the outpost, swap her out.
Looks good. No more zombies.
There it is. And we'll be able to hit the food site and the med site when we get that outpost. And now we got a whole entire, day to scout play carts and, come up with a game plan and try to get some materials. There's a gun store in Spencer's Mill that we can also hit. Try to build up our arsenal a little bit. So somebody, TMYK brings up, I didn't go for Insta Kills. Now, the thing about the Insta Kills is sometimes they're worth it when you have a higher combat skill, but sometimes you can get stuck in a very lengthy execution, which will cause another zombie to be able to hit you or grab you. So if I'm in a big horde fight, generally, depending on my situation, my skill, stuff like that, I would rather just sit there and swing my weapon because I can dodge or get out of that animation at any time, over locking myself in one of those lengthy, like for instance, this animation here. That's one of the worst execution animations in the game, and a lot of players use that. They dodge behind. Now the problem is and I know it's probably happened to you guys, you'll dodge through a zombie like that, you'll grab them, you'll spin them around, and another zombie will smack you out of the execution.
I've had people ask me if the crumbling old plague walls are dangerous. The best answer I have is, I don't think so. And if that's not enough for you, just remember I'm technically still just a grad student. If I ever finish up my master's degree, I'm sure I could come up with a better answer.
So
At least a longer one.
that's my reasoning for the lack of executions.
Myself an expert on these plague walls we've been seeing.
And the thing is the higher your combat skill now, because of the new changes that they added, you actually get the fast execution. And that's why I said, so if you specialize in, you know, sword play or striking or something like that, you'll get the better executions. Do you think the close combat skill is worth having? The close combat is my favorite. It's my favorite and my go-to fighting style in the game. I think it's probably one of the strongest combat skills, if you know how to use it. It is one of those confusing skills from the outside looking in. You're probably like, oh, close combat sucks. But once you actually learn like how to use it proper, it's so good, guys. So good. All right, so we're going to switch over to Nomia. Shit. I should have swapped backpacks. We need to get ourselves some bigger backpacks, man. I should be trying to hit some like campsites and shit. If you guys are having issues with backpacks, hitting places like the little hunting campsites and shit like that, you can. That's a good place to find them. Sting, I really appreciate it, man. That's some high praise. The best State of Decay player ever. I don't know about that, man. But hopefully in this playthrough we can get some skills. I'm going to kind of showcase all of the different fighting skills to you guys, show you what their strong suits are, situational. Striking is like people's go-to crowd control skill. And swordplay, I don't know. With the new execution changes, swordplay can be used also in horde fights. Close combat is very good in horde fights. I feel like they're all good. It just depends on your play style and what you like to do and what you're good at. I actually might swap over and get that 8 slot. Let's see, so that's preluded. We got that over there. Yeah, we're gonna swap back to Kayla here. Get that 8 slot offer. Wow, yo, how do we keep finding this material every single time? You guys see this? Like literally within the past 10 minutes, I think I've gotten +1 material twice. I mean, I'm not complaining by any means. Ricardo, I'm glad these guys are helping, man. All right, so we're going to throw that backpack on. Let's go ahead and grab our weapons again. What I'm going to do is, yeah, we'll keep those. Trying to keep my inventory a little cleaner this time around so I can loot a little bit more. So I think we might just roll with that. I'm going to be operating right within the range of my outpost here. So if I get like blood plague or anything, I can come back. You know what? Yeah. I'll just run over here. If not, I'll dive. All right, so this shed back here, materials, perfect. See, so this and
Always so hard to clear out one damn spot.
And this is just to show you guys, you can find plenty of loot in safe zones, like, you know, in areas that aren't super infested with zombies. Now, the problem is once you get to that mid game, you know, and you start hitting, you've looted all the safe zones. Now you have to actually dip your toes into the more dangerous areas. But as you guys can see right here, I'm just kind of skirting the outskirts, and you know, we've found plenty of materials and stuff like that. And I know it's a big misconception about Lethal Zone. A lot of people, they played Lethal for the first time, especially back when it first came out, and it was like, man, there is no loot in Lethal. There's no loot. I can't find anything. And the thing is, it's not that there's no loot. There just isn't an overabundance of loot like there is in the lower difficulties. I did a Nightmare Zone playthrough, guys, and I can't tell you, just even in Nightmare with all the prelooted buildings, the sheer amount of loot that I was finding. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy. A player never even has to craft anything because there's just so much loot everywhere. And that's why I feel like Lethal Zone is so well balanced when it comes to loot, because it forces players to have to actually utilize other systems in the game to gain resources. Now, and I used to explain this to people when Lethal first came out. Yes, if your only way of acquiring resources is going out and looting them, yes, Lethal Zone does not have enough resources to support that playstyle. But that's not how Lethal Zone is built. The purpose of Lethal Zone is to force players to think outside of the box and come up with other plans, other strategies, other ways to gain those same resources. So, hey, I can't get materials anymore. I've looted all the material sites that I could find on the map. What do I do? And that's the question that Lethal Zone forces players to ask. What do I do now? You could be one of those players that say, oh, well, this game mode sucks. There's no more materials. Like, what do I do? This shit's unbalanced. This shit's too hard. What the hell? Or you can think outside the box and say, okay, well, how else can I get materials? You know, I don't know. Get a materials outpost. Upgrade it. You know what I mean? Now you have multiple streams of materials coming in. Or the radio that everybody forgets about, even me. You can literally call in for resources on your radio here. Go and start working with enclaves, build up trade partners, use trade depots. It just forces players to think outside of that one narrow mindset, which is loot. Go out and find it. No, sometimes there's other ways to gain materials, other ways to gain food outside of looting, and that's the one thing I really, really like about Lethal Zone. All right, so we're going to go ahead and head up in this. And the thing is somebody asked, do you leave the map? If I have to leave the map, I will. You know what I mean? If I am in a situation where I just can't support myself, I'm having a really bad time on the map, the zombies are just too much, and you need more resources, hey, you can literally drive over to one of these map exits and go to another area. And you don't have to start over again. You'll have all your gear, all the stuff that you had on this map goes with you. And you can kind of just bounce around maps until you build up enough resources. Daniel, hey man, with the membership, welcome. I appreciate the re-up, dude. The only progress you're going to lose, though, by moving maps is if, say, you killed 5 plague hearts, when you move to the next map, the plague hearts are going to respawn, or you're going to have to kill them again. So that is the only downside to moving maps. Okay, so we're going to clear the area here a little bit. Now, striking is one of those fighting styles that has I think the worst executions. They're so slow, some of them. Especially that one where you get on the ground and you're like sitting there crushing the zombie's head. Oh my god, it's painfully slow. So striking is one of those skills you'll definitely see me kind of just free swinging on the zombies when they're on the ground compared to executing them. All right, so what's first things first? We're going to scout. That's going to be the first thing we do.
Looks like nobody else is home. But with a plague heart around, that won't last.
And as I'm walking around, guys, I always do. I'm not looking at what's right in front of me. I'm always looking out in the horizon because I'm trying to see that plague feral that's sitting on the side of the bus over there. You know what I mean? Or the plague feral that's on the other side of this wall. Because if you get too sucked into what's right in front of you and you don't see past, you can get yourself into a situation. And I'm also using my audio. I'm listening. I'm trying to hear if I hear any screamers, bloaters in the area. And so far, it sounds pretty quiet. I got this one zombie who's pathing over here, but...
Hey out there, Tracy here. Coming to you from the bustling metropolis of Marshall. If you've been down here, I expect you've seen what the blood plague tried to do to this town.
Gustavo, how you doing, man?
Almost took over the valley. But thanks to some brave folks, that didn't happen. Now it seems the walls may have given us a tool to make this valley live again.
I'm so interested to see where they go with State of Decay 3.
For now, stay strong out
Wow. Wow. You guys see that?
Screamer here. Could that spot be any better for an outpost?
Yeah. So if it does get too tough on resources, guys, you can just move maps. Now, if you're 28 out of 30 play cards killed, hey man, just get a fucking trader leader, okay, and get a trade depot in your base and call in the resources. I wouldn't abandon if I'm almost done with the game. If I almost got all the play cards killed, but if you only got like 4 or 5 play cards killed and you're just at like in a funk or something like that, yeah, just move. Just leave.
That's enough looking around.
There it is. So those abandoned campsites, this one, ooh, abandoned camper might have food in it. Look at that. So here's our play card situation. I only have one revealed, and I'm thinking the other one's in this house right here. So this is definitely one. And I think, like I said, we're gonna move around. So I can't get materials out of the house. It's pre-looted. There's a shed here in the old Kirkman's garage that we can hit. And I can hit the old former army garage. Those 2 sites. And that will give us 2 more bags of materials. Which I believe is exactly what we would need back at base, right? Well, we could actually use about 3 to 4.
Look at all this nothing.
I honestly, so it all depends on how you want to play the game. You can just kill all the play cards and live forever in that town. And I mean, it's possible to continuously sustain yourself if you have a trade depot. But yeah, you can just continuously live in that town and just play. Or you can move maps. And I honestly, it depends on if you want that forever community type of play style or if you want to play the game and just beat it and get it done and over with. The game supports those 2 play styles. It supports beating it better than the forever community, and that's what Undead Labs is actually working on right now, is to support that forever community play style better than they are currently. So I'm gonna get this place cleared out really quick.
Finish it. Break.
Now, this is what, I mean, I've told you guys this before. This is what I like to do. I like to fight outside. Now, some people just run up in this building and then they'll be just swinging for the fences in this closed-in area. I like to draw the zombies out, deal with them in a nice open area, and then come in and loot afterwards. But yeah, definitely try to fight outside if you can. What is the best map? Which base is best in that map? In Providence Ridge. So it depends on your on your playstyle. Like if you don't mind built-in facilities, I think the fire station base in Providence Ridge is one of the best bases in the game. I love that base, and I would advise players to play there because it has a built-in infirmary. I believe it has I think it has a workshop too. It's got a bathroom. It's got all types of stuff, and it's a very, very, very good base. I think it has a gym, but that's one of the bases I would be aiming for. Proc 56, I did not, dude. I didn't even know that was a thing. We're just coming here to empty out our inventory so we can head back into that gun store. And I should be able to get myself 3 more bags of materials. That's the goal. Okay, so we're going to try to stay away from that. Got a screamer coming. And we're going to get back into this place. Like I said, we're just chilling right now, guys. There's no need to pick a bunch of fights. You know what I mean? We're just kind of trying to stay quiet, keep a low profile, and gather our resources. Wanted to jump right into State of Decay 2 and go right up for lethal. So, Swanny, it would all depend, man, on what level player were you before you stopped playing, and how patient you are, and how like willing to die you are. Like if you were playing in Standard Zone or Dread Zone before, jumping into lethal could be very, very frustrating. But if you like a challenge and you don't mind getting, rolled on for a couple playthroughs, hey,
Exactly what I
go
wanted.
for it. You know what I mean? There's no reason not to. And I try to tell this to players is this will make all of you guys better players off the bat. Right off the bat, this tip right here is what I did. If you go back and watch my old Nightmare Zone videos, I was garbage at State of Decay. I was not anything special. I was literally just a normal dude. I still don't think I'm that good. But I wasn't that good at the game. I was okay. And what I did was I just forced myself into higher difficulties. Even though I would lose, I was okay with that, because if I started up a Nightmare Zone game, you know what I mean? I would play, I would get killed, and then I would just start again. Some players are scared to lose. And the thing is losing is going to get you better, because I promise, say you're a Standard Zone player right now. If you go into a Lethal Zone game, just you got 3 save slots. Just grab one of them extra save slots that you don't have a community in. Load it up, go play a Lethal Zone game, and even if you only live for 3-4 days, 10-15 minutes, it doesn't matter. Go try it on Lethal Zone and actually try, like really, really try to play the game. And I promise, when you go back down to your native difficulty, it's going to feel so much easier. You're going to be like, man, Dread Zone, this shit's so easy. And you're going to automatically be able to bump up to Nightmare. And that's what happened with me is, you go from being a Dread Zone player, jump straight into Lethal, right? Try to play it. Really, really try to play it a couple times. Give it a couple goes. Try to survive at least 3-4 days. See what you can do. And then go back down to your lower native difficulty. And I promise it's going to feel like a walk in the park. On the planet, based on how many times I've eaten my face. But Cryptic, but that's the thing, man, is you are, dude. It's just, every time you get your face eaten by a feral, you get that much better, dude. Wow, that's a really good find. You're taking one more step towards greatness. He says, by the amount of times I've got eaten, I should be the best player in the world. And the thing is I mean, like, really try, guys. You know what I mean? Because I've had people say, oh, yeah, I tried lethal, like, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, like, really try. Like, go in there with the mindset, I'm gonna beat this. Really play slow. Really, really give it a shot. And I promise, even if you lose, you're still going to be better at the game. Oh, I'm telling you, it makes the earlier difficulties seem like a joke. Wow, there it is. Right there. We got a precision G17, which is actually super clutch because we've had this 45 that only holds 9 rounds. This holds 17, and I have a bunch of 9 mil, so I like that find. And the precision G17, it's got a freaking scope on it, guys. Look at that.
Hey there, Tracy down in Marshall. Remember me? Now that we're neighbors, I have a favor to ask you. Can you swing by? It sounds like she might be working on something important.
Oh, nice.
Help her out.
Sniper rifle. Now, does this one have a scope? No. So that bolt action rifle here, it's okay. Like I'll give it to somebody in my base for defense. Not something I would use though. I like the one with the scope. I'm gonna come to the back door here. Yeah, but not necessarily a weapon I would use, only because,
This will slow me down.
like, granted, they never jam and break, so you could get away with using them, but the fire rate is just so slow. I don't know. They're okay. They're okay weapons, but 7.62 ammo is very expensive, and I don't think I would ever use one of those hunting rifles. I'd rather get like I'd rather try to get myself like an AK or something if I'm going to use 7.62. Because I borrowed that approach. I'm telling you, man, it's the best way to deal with them, dude. Juggernauts are such a waste of resources. Okay, so we got this comfy chair. I actually want to install that into one of my facilities here. So we'll throw that in our base. Help out with morale a little bit. Why not? How much 9mm? Yeah, we actually got a decent amount of 9mm here, guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get our hands on these materials before nightfall comes. Do I advise doing any bounties on lethal? So no. If you are new to the lethal zone difficulty, don't do your bounties on lethal until you're about mid game. I'd say mid end game players do bounties. But if you're like early game, don't waste resources on doing bounties. Most bounties are very expensive to pull off. They cost a lot, you know, resource wise for you to finish them, whether that be bullets, parts, fire, whatever the cost is. Bounties are generally pretty expensive, and I would not advise you guys to do them. So we're gonna park it right down here. Okay, so our goal here is materials. We're gonna check this garage here. As soon as I figure out what these zombies are doing. Okay, they're pathing away. Guys, almost 200 likes on the stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Screw it, we'll grab that too. Yes, crashing your car into anything causes damage. Yep. Let's see what that called in. Called in quite a bit. Now, I don't want to get super bullied out of this area, so I'm going to fight this. We're good. So a zombie creeped out of the building, screamed behind me, called in a bunch of other zombies. But I didn't want to get bullied out the area. I want to get these resources, so I just popped the energy drink. It was worth it. Nice. You think State of Decay 3 would be first? No. Now, do I think State of Decay 3 would have a first person option? Maybe. I don't think the game would just be first person though. No. Jeffrey Carter stated, you know, the overall formula for State of Decay 2 or State of Decay 3 isn't going to be, you know, drastically different than State of Decay 2. Now, they don't mean features and system wise, but it's not going to be like if State of Decay was in first person, it'd be a whole different game. And they've already said that State of Decay 3 is not going to be a completely different game by any means to State of Decay 2 or State of Decay 1. You know what I mean? It's going to be obviously within the wheelhouse of State of Decay and what we know. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, if we looked at State of Decay 3, we're going to be able to say, yeah, this is a State of Decay game. Now, if the game was first person, you wouldn't be able to look at it and say, yeah, this is a State of Decay game. It would be completely different. So we'll hit the old Kirkman garage here. Set pieces, sieges, doctors, mechanic, running generator. Okay, so yeah, Artie is bringing up a good mission that is very, very hard to deal with. That so I don't know if any of you guys know the mission where you have to work with the mechanics, or I believe the medics do it too, and you have to like turn on a generator for them, and then it activates like a 4-minute siege at the Enclave. One of the best ways to defend that mission is to know it's coming, first of all, so you can prepare for it, and you know you're gonna have to fight juggernauts. The hardest part of that mission is the juggernauts, because I think you get 2 of them, and you can do one of 2 things. If you know that mission's coming up, try to get your hands on a 50 cal, because you can kill a juggernaut in 5 shots. If you Timberwolf is probably the best because it makes the least amount of noise. If you can't get your hands on a 50 cal, use any type of explosives. You can set up explosives all around, and try to use explosive C4, things like that, to blow up the juggernauts. Or you can get in your car and back into the juggernauts and squish them. And so that's like the main thing is just trying to keep the juggernauts busy, so they don't kill the members of the Enclave. That mission is very, very hard. I used to have so many problems with that mission myself. I still, to this day, hate that mission. But yeah, it is a very, very tough mission to get used to. And Juggernaut combat is the main thing that you want to get your hands on. If you can, go to the Independence pack here. Call in, I believe, the supply drop here, and what happens is you'll get what's called the fireworks crafting station, and when you get your hands on a firework crafting station, you can go ahead and craft what's called bouncing Boruses, and bouncing Boruses are the best item in the game for juggernauts. It's kind of like a multi-exploding grenade. You'll throw it on the ground and it'll go boom, 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 and it'll kill a juggernaut outright. Literally, just one of them. So yeah, if you can get your hands on Bouncing Boris, they are very, very good for taking out juggernauts. Sniper support is another one too. Shivering's bringing up sniper support. If you guys have a builder leader, I always advise you guys. That's actually something we're going to be working towards here. You're the number one facility and leader type I advise people to have in a first playthrough of Lethal Zone is get your hands on a sniper tower. Get a builder leader, build a sniper tower, because sniper support will save your life. If you get jumped by a triple feral pack, the sniper support can one-shot plague ferals. It can get juggernauts off you. It's all around super, super useful, and that's actually something we're going to be working towards here. All right, so we got to get into the shed. I'm going to have to make a little noise. Eeyore, how you doing? Sounds like we got a decent amount of zombies over here. He screamed, so we're gonna get away from where the scream happened. Try to make some space, see what comes in. Now, that's the thing about when zombies scream, screamers scream, anything makes a bunch of noise. These zombies only go to the location of the scream. So as long as you're not there and nothing's seen you run away, you'll be safe. So we're just gonna take all these guys out with the crossbow so I don't have to deal with any of them screaming again. Whoops.
That's nice.
Nice. So these smoke grenades, guys, are gonna come in so much handy. We actually have quite a few of them. And I appreciate you popping in, Kior. Thank you so much, man. Okay, we got some. Grab the bag of materials. We'll come back here at another point. Grab the rest of the loot.
Step 2, find useful stuff. I'm gonna need a lighter load soon.
Okay. So as you guys can see, the second play cart is indeed right here. These are the 2 play carts we gotta kill. We have to kill. So, now that I know where they are, I have an outpost down the road. I'm gonna go and take inventory of what we have for resources and try to come up with a strategy for taking out these play carts. Now, I try to stress that even a little bit of damage to a play cart at a time, guys. Say you go in there, phase it once. You can just phase it and leave. And then don't worry about it. Come back at another time. Play carts remember the damage they take. So you can just go, do a little bit of damage to a play cart, and just come back at a later time. And just kind of... And if you're having a really, really tough time with play carts, that's something you guys can keep in mind. Proc asked if I've ever done a lethal zone challenge without car. No, that... I don't find not using a car as, like, challenge. Like, it wouldn't be challenging to me to not use a car. It would just be annoying, and it's really, really slow. It would just slow the game down to the point where I would just get frustrated. Alright, so we're gonna take him out. Good ass shot right there, dude. Because of how State of Decay is designed, it's just... it'd be excruciatingly boring. You guys don't think that would be boring? To, like, somebody just... It would be like playing DayZ. Walking simulator. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that challenge, I feel like it would be boring to watch, wouldn't it?
God, I am so
No Cure challenge is fun. I've done that in a mod. When we made the Walking Dead mod, that was the whole premise of that. I wanted that bolt, but... A lot of screamers, man. A lot of screamers. Okay. So we do got all these resources. I think we're going to get these... You know what? We'll just bring these back to base. And we'll plan our play card assault. The No Cure challenge, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of fun, guys. You know, playing the game, and, you know, if a survivor gets blood plague, that's it. They're done, you know, and you actually have to euthanize them and get rid of them. That was the coolest thing about the Walking Dead mod, is it really just adds another depth of just gameplay that doesn't exist. Really makes blood plague feel dangerous. All right, so now that we've went out, we've got a bunch of resources. We stuck to like the safer areas. You know what I mean? We didn't push ourselves too hard. We didn't spend a lot of resources. And that's what I was trying to show you guys is going out looting without breaking the bank and, you know, just spending a crazy amount of resources to fight off hordes and hordes of zombies because you don't notice it, but you're not
My favorite person.
you're not gaining anything. You know what I mean? So at this point, we're looking good. I got 20 materials. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this to level 2. Now, once we get our level 2 infirmary, we're going to unlock passive healing, which is great. And let me see here. Survivor-wise, Kayla is good to go back out.
Congrats. You're still alive.
No room for that.
Not gonna fit. No room.
Well, I got to...
Not gonna fit.
There we go. And
All
we'll
this noise is
give her
just
this
bringing the
rifle.
squad down on us.
Okay, so we got people on base defense. This Devilet's actually a 22. It's not a bad gig. All right, so let's see. What do we have for resources when it comes to looking at taking out a plague heart? We have a decent amount of bullets to defend ourselves if we get in the shit. Let's see here. So I'm actually going to take this 45. We're gonna go give it to our other survivor because we are gonna push a plague heart right now. I feel we're okay in an okay spot.
Uh-oh.
Whoops,
Only one left.
really? I did not mean to use that, but okay. There she is.
Hi there.
Just want to grab that scar. So because we're pushing plague hearts, I'm gonna be ready to fight.
People during Operation Drawbridge. But that hasn't stopped our plans for establishing a new HQ at Crow Lake. Securing this location will allow us to take this war to the Zeds in a way we couldn't before.
Okay, so my main source of damage to the plague hearts, I try to show you guys this, is heavy weapons. And now I know a lot of you guys are still not very, very comfortable with heavy weapons. And it is something that you got to get used to. But as a player who wants to play in Lethal Zone, try to get better at meleeing plague hearts. Practice it in the lower difficulties. Just spawn up a green zone game, spawn up a standard zone game, literally hop in your car, go down to a plague heart and just mess around in melee. Get used to popping stamina items, moving around really, really quickly, and just getting as many hits on that plague heart as you can. Once you feel the zombies are pressuring you too much, try to dip out of there. And it's just a play style that you're going to have to practice to get the feel for it. All right, so we're going to grab these. We'll grab extra 9mm. We got stamina items. I got healing items. And now one of the main clutch things that we have here are smoke grenades. Smoke grenades are they're so good, guys. They're so good. So we're going to actually grab a couple smoke grenades. I'm going to grab some fire here. And we'll grab our heavy weapon. Now, the reason I'm not equipping my heavy weapon at first, because what I'm going to do is when I first show up to a plague heart, I like to try to kill all the zombies in the area. Try to clear out the area a little bit. And I like to do that with my main melee weapon. And I'm not trying to fight all these zombies with a heavy weapon. It's one of the worst things you can do to yourself. So what I'm going to do is we're going to craft up one more batch of Molotovs.
If this base had a few, check out what I just found.
Awesome. And we're good to go. So we got fire. Now I'm explaining my inventory. I have my Scar. This is a high-hitting weapon. We got a decent amount of ammo for it. And the reason for this, The only reason I would use this gun is if I got jumped by a feral or because my main gun I'm going to use is my handgun. If I run out of ammo, I will resort to this rifle if I have to. But that's just to get a feral off of me so I can escape. If I get to the point where I have to use that gun, I don't plan on staying and fighting because they're not suppressed. They're going to be really, really loud. Now, I could... You know what? Screw it. Okay. So, earlier I was telling you guys we can start breaking down weapons for parts, and we need parts right now in order to do what I'm about to show you guys. This crowbar is pretty banged up, 58 parts to repair. We'll break that down. And I want to keep that blade. And this carpenter hatchet is pretty banged up, so we'll break that down. I don't want to break down any of my guns. We're at 231 parts, so let me drop those for right now. I have enough parts to do what I want to do. So what we're going to do now that we have our level 2 workshop is we're going to craft some suppressors for our guns. This will make it so if we do have to shoot our weapons, we can get away with it without any super high levels of backlash. Now, granted, this is a last resort. Still, even though the guns are suppressed, it is still a last resort in my book. So as you guys can see, now our SCAR is suppressed and our handgun is suppressed. Handgun is still going to be the primary weapon. The SCAR is just in case we run out of ammo. So now if I do have to shoot, I won't have to bail out of the area right off the bat. Go ahead and grab these.
Pretty heavy.
And let's see if we can get this done before nightfall. At least one play cart. Yeah, so the reason why I use my primary as my sidearm is the ammo is just so much cheaper. Now, if I have a 9mm or something like that caliber sidearm or primary weapon, I'll use that. You know, like there's a couple rifles out there that use 9mm. But generally, I always try to stick to the bullets that I have the most of and that are the easiest to get your hands on and craft. And the pistol calibers are that. Bunch of bloaters, man. Now, the reason why you guys see me, when I aggro up a bloater while I'm driving, one of the reasons why you guys see me slow down is because if you drive too fast and you get out of the range and the bloater despawns, even though it was supposed to fall, it won't. And it will stay standing up. So I slow down, I wait for it to fall, that way it doesn't despawn and is there again when I'm back. Okay, so we're gonna try to roll up on this plague cart. Try to clear the zombies out of the area. And when I mean clear the zombies, I mean just the ambient ones, the ones that are kind of walking around the streets, walking around the house. Those are who we're gonna go after first. Like that screamer. I should take out that screamer. Yeah, we're gonna take him out. Feral. Alright, so I'm gonna shoot the screamer. Lure out that feral. Now this is, like I said, this is the only times that you really want to shoot. And that's it. These regular zombies, I don't need to waste bullets on. Chris, I don't know what time I'll be streaming after this. I know I'm planning on doing some Dark Souls. It'll be earlier in the day. Okay, so we're going to try to draw the zombies out the house. Okay, so that's a pretty decent sized group right there. I can just molly them. Not have to waste any stamina items, not have to waste anything. Just take care of them.
We just spotted zombies shambling toward base. Shouldn't be a problem, though.
Okay, so I still have ammo back at base. I'm not worried about it.
That bloater better not get any closer. Let's put something down first.
So there's a bloater inside of here. There it is. Fog is getting really, really thick over here. Okay, so now we got a juggernaut in the area. Awesome. Now the issue is if that juggernaut decides he wants to join the party. He is semi out of range, but as soon as the plague heart goes ahead and decides that it wants to, you know, do its little phase call out, there's a good chance that juggernaut can come. So in this case, I'll give you guys a strat which you can do. You can hop in your car, drive down the street, beep the horn a little bit, lure that juggernaut, and just kind of pull him up and down the road, get him a good distance away, turn around and drive back over here. Just lure the juggernaut out the area. I'm gonna just be dumb because I don't have time for all that. I'm just gonna come back through here, check the house. Okay. Now, my goal here is to try to get the first phase before any zombies show up. Now, the chance of that happening probably very, very slim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start hitting the plague heart. I'm going to pop a stim, get my stamina going crazy. Once zombies show up, I'm going to bail, right? Run around, try to spread the zombies out a little bit. Then I'm going to come back in this room. Okay, so that juggernaut's getting closer. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly what I told you guys you should do in this situation. Now, the only issue with that is when I come back, zombies can respawn in this building.
I better watch out for plague zombies.
But this is getting rid of some of this risk.
No more of that.
My goal isn't to even kill this juggernaut either. It's literally just to lure him away. But in the process of trying to lure him away, he's taking forever. He should stay up that way. He's not going to come down to where I am. Pretty sure. So now we do have to re-engage with any zombies in this area.
I can't catch my breath.
It sucks. I used my stim when I was in the car accidentally. Kind of hurt my feelings big time. Okay. So now let's head back in. Hopefully the zombies stay despawned. Awesome. All right, here we go. Switch back to our heavy. Barrel. So we're gonna pop stam. There it is. So now you gotta wait about 11 seconds, 11 to 15 so seconds to let that smoke
Nearby plague heart means there's no
from the plague heart to clear out. All right, so now it should be good. So now we're gonna pop smoke. Now, once you're standing in smoke, the zombies can't see you. So just stay in the smoke, and you should be good. And you just want to keep your stamina flowing. So now that I got this feral stuck on me, what I could do is kind of try to ISO him and shoot him. Now we got rid of him. I'm gonna head back in. Plague heart should be good. I'm gonna drop one more smoke grenade down, and that should be GG. Okay, so now my character won't swing. We're out of stam. There we go. Okay, so now we're just gonna throw. I'm gonna throw fire. Try to burn up as many of those guys as we can. Clear them out. See what we're dealing with outside. Still quite a few.
Welcome to the family, son.
Arctic, dude, thank you so much with the 5 months. So here, there's just a lot of zombies, and I don't have any more stamina items, and I don't want to just keep throwing mollies. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get in the car. We can just run them over, or we can just bail. Let me see. How many are we looking at? So in this case, more are showing up. We're just going to bail. We got the plague heart done. Let's go back to our outpost, get our inventory situated. We'll come back over once the area calmed down a little bit. Now, our car's in pretty bad shape right now. We don't have any repair kits back at base, but there is an auto shop right here that we can go hit. Well, Arctic, dude, I really do appreciate the 5 months, man. So yeah, you can use the smoke grenades to mask yourself inside the plague heart room, and you can just sit there and you have pretty much free reign on the plague heart. So the ferals cannot detect you through smoke. Even if you're right next to them, they won't. Now you gotta be careful because you have to make sure that you're in the actual smoke. If you're like on the edge of it and the feral is outside of it, he can detect you. But you gotta make, if you and the feral are like right there, that feral had no clue where I was, even though he was right next to me. Unlike scent block, yeah, if the feral's on top of you, he can get you through scent block.
That was pretty easy. Unusual, but I'll take it.
Okay, so we actually have no more energy drinks left. We're gonna have to actually rock some snacks, which is pretty unfortunate. But we're gonna switch back to a more quiet build here. You know, pistol primary, which, as you guys can see, I only took a couple shots out of that handgun. And we're already at 35 bullets repaired. Those low-grade suppressors are really, really rough on your guns, guys. They break your guns like nobody's business. So I advise you only shoot in a case of an emergency. Because I put, what, 7 rounds through that gun, maybe? I don't even know if that. We didn't put a whole lot. So, as you guys can see, it definitely damaged our stuff pretty good. So, grab this crossbow. So, as quick as you can, you want to try to get an upgrade for a suppressor. You can get a handmade suppressor, which you can craft yourself. And you can also get I think you can craft handmade suppressors in a level 3 workshop. I think you might need engineering or some kind of higher level skill. I couldn't tell you guys exactly. Somebody in chat could probably drop down the deets on that. But yeah, definitely try to get yourself a better suppressor as soon as possible because they are pretty bad. They're pretty rough on your guns. I'm gonna come and grab this sample really quick.
Oh man, freak zombie sighted.
Loader on the ground. All right, so what kind of loot did that plague heart have? It had a fuel ruck, and we'll go see what kind of gun it had it in. We're gonna go see if we can loot it. Actually, before we go loot that plague heart, I want to get this car in better shape. As you guys can see, it's not looking too hot. We're gonna just try to slowly make our way over to the auto shop here. And see if we can get a repair kit out of there.
I don't see anything good.
Oh, you can craft them too. Yeah, you find them, but you can craft the improvised, and you can craft professional suppressors too. Now, if you guys don't know how to craft professional suppressors, you do it with the Warlord Armory. You can craft professional suppressors. Advanced suppressors are the only suppressors in game that you cannot craft. Those have to straight be found. Yeah, we're just trying to keep a low profile here. I just want to get over here quietly, get a freaking repair kit, get back to my car. Okay, so the area over here doesn't look too bad. There is some zombies. I already know the building's probably going to have some spawns. So we're just going to play it slow. Yeah, Advance is the top tier suppressor in the game. Got a couple zombies over there on the side. So this area is clear. There might be zombies in there, but just going to stay over here. Just here for a repair kit. Maybe even grab a gas. I guess we could probably fill up our backpack.
Well, it's something.
Okay.
love when I find something good.
Wow, water cooler too. Nice. With that water cooler, we can go ahead and start manufacturing ourselves some our own painkillers. Gotta make sure I save inventory for that repair kit, though. There it is.
There's no room for that.
Definitely a good amount of zombies just moving around the area. We're just playing it slow, guys. Like I said, the stealth gameplay is not for everybody. Very, very time-consuming, slow pace, but it's better than the alternative, I promise. Might call him over. Yep.
Jeffrey Matchkowski donated $10.
Jeffrey, dude, thank you so much for the donation, man. I really do appreciate that. We're almost back. I set our goal here is to just get our car operational. Get back over and loot that plague heart out. Now the thing is like, do I want to rush and try to? And I think this is where players start to get impatient. You know, you get to this point where I'm at. I killed one plague heart. I utilized quite a few resources to get it done. I want that base. I really want to move into a new base. But it's like, is it worth pushing myself right now to try to take another plague heart? And that's something I try to tell players is don't rush it. You know what I mean? Unless you're like life or death, I need to get into this base now. But we don't. I mean, there's nothing that's forcing me to have to kill that plague heart and move into that base right now. I'm content. Now, granted, my community's not growing as much as we can because obviously we're limited by what we have space. But at the same time, I don't want to push too hard and end up putting myself in a situation. All right, so we're going to head over, loot out that plague heart, and then I want to hit this spot because I need to get myself some more energy drinks, and I want to hit I think we already emptied out the gun store. I think there was just an ammo ruck in there. But I need to get that ammo ruck because, as you guys can see, I can only support one more base siege with my community clearing it, or before I have to start actually going back and defending them myself. But we're going to get her back home. She's nice and beat up, so let her go back home. Rest. I forgot to take the 8 slot off again. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll get an 8 slot when we go over to the plague heart. Alright, let's head over there. Collect our goodies. I'm really excited about this. Sometimes you get some pretty good guns from plague hearts. And you get some good explosives. You can get some good stamina items. All types of stuff you can get from the plague hearts.
If I take out the nearest plague heart, this might just clear up.
Just repaired. I don't want them to rip my car to shreds. And of course, car's already smoking. So, Giro, the only issue I have with the no HUD challenge is when you turn off your HUD, you don't have a crosshair, and trying to play this game without a crosshair is so it's so dumb. Okay, so zombies respawn. Got to be careful here. We can take a lot of plague damage if we get grabbed.
Last one left. Oh, goody. Already got all I can handle.
Okay, so we got to get that backpack out the plague heart really quick. So the only reason why I didn't bring a nice, look at that, we got a freaking sawn off shotgun. It's a good sidearm, and we got stims. That's really, really good too. Another heavy weapon. We got some bandages, a repair kit, and some samples. Not a bad haul, guys. Not a bad haul. The shoddy is good, especially if you want assistance when it comes to dealing with ferals.
The place with a plague heart close by.
And when shit hits the fan, you can have that. You can have a suppressed primary, and then have that loud secondary shotgun that you can just bust out at any point in time. Yeah, I spoke with the devs before about the no HUD, and I was like, hey, why can't you have an option to turn off the rest of the HUD but leave a crosshair? You know, because it's a third person aim. Now, if it was first person ADS, like
Jeffrey Majkowski donated $100. Brian, any chance Undead Labs is working on showing what your community is carrying on them in permanent communities?
Dude, Jeffrey, you did not have to do that, man. It's way too much. Holy shit. But yes, I do believe that Undead Labs is working on stuff for the permanent communities for sure, dude. It's pretty much been verified by them. Holy shit, man, that is a lot. That is a big donation, guys. Let's get some hearts in the chat. Thank you so much, dude. But yeah, I do believe Undead Labs is currently working on a making that long-term play style more of a thing. So we're gonna throw another repair kit on this car, unfortunately, because my driving is like, it's just so bad. Drive better than me, okay? Because at this point I'm just wasting repair kits, and I still don't have a mechanic. So for me, it's really, really bad. All right, so we're gonna check our base here. Infirmary's level 2. Let me see. We'll get her healing up. Get those parts breaking down. And that's another thing. I'm really, really bad with it myself, guys. And just from one player to another, one of the things that you can try to work on is remembering to utilize your buffs. You know, for instance, like when I went and took out that plague heart, I could have come in my area here and I could have activated primary care. Or not primary, what the hell am I doing? I could have came here and activated primary care. Well, actually, I don't even have medicine, so I couldn't. But in the future, there's buffs that you can activate, things like primary care. You know, if you're not using your workshop, hey, have it breaking down resources. If you're not using your med bay and you have the resources, produce medicine. Like, utilize your facilities while you're away, and try to like take advantage of every spare second. And if you are really on top of all of those systems and you're utilizing everything that you can possibly utilize, you'd be surprised on how much stuff you can do in this game. That was a good flip. Whoa, 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 whoa. And of course I hit the damn car. She's unbreakable, so I wasn't too worried about her getting a plague or getting dead, but it was still pretty scary.
Getting low on that. I need a break.
Huge horde.
Gotta kill that screamer.
So I didn't bring plague cures with me. That was the main reason why you guys see me trying to get back here as fast as possible. Now my goal is to get back to my car. I'm not trying to fight these zombies right now. I popped the stim so I can just keep it moving.
Bullshit.
But yeah, if I don't have to waste a cure right now, I'm not going to. I don't know where that bloater came from. Somebody's gonna have to watch that back for me. I didn't even see a bloater. I just got hit with the smoke. Was there a bloater there, guys? And I just literally just ran right into it? Like that one I seen. It was a poppin'? Really? Yo, I haven't seen poppin' bloaters in so long. It was laying in the bushes? Because I didn't see it. All of a sudden I just got hit with the smoke. All right, yeah, so I was able to get back. It was sleeping behind the car. It could have been I'm not saying the game cheated me at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I didn't see it. And that's why I got smoked out. It was laying behind a car? Okay, I mean, hey, that's good placement. You know what I mean? That bloater picked a good spot, dude. Bloater picked a good spot.
I think we could use a supply run for ammo.
And that's why I was telling people before is make sure that you guys are, especially in those tight areas, you have to pay attention. Let me see here. Because yeah, you get in those tight spots and as you guys can see, you can just hit a bloater that you didn't even see. He's literally behind a car. I kind of drive past him a little too close. Boom. You know, it is what it is. But the setup there, and the moral of that whole situation is try to get out of the car and away from the car as quick as possible. Because if you don't, you're going to die. The best way to do it is to actually just bail out of the car while the car is moving. Don't try to slam on the brakes. My issue was I tried to bail out of the car, but there was a roadblock and I hit the roadblock before I bailed, so I got stuck in the smoke. But yeah, you can go ahead and try to bail out of the car as soon as possible. But then, as you guys seen, they had the setup there. As soon as I got out the car and I started running down the street, there was a ton of zombies that I had to worry about when I got over there. At that point, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna pop a stamina item and just run to my outpost to get a plague cure, because that was the only thing I was worried about, was getting blood plague in that situation. But yeah, so this is what I was saying before, guys. If you have another primary, you can just run this. Like, I got a ton of shoddy
Jeffrey
shells.
Majkowski donated
Jeffrey,
$100.
no, that's too much, dude.
Hope to play some Daybreak with you sometime. From one vet to another. Thank you for your service, brother.
Jeffrey, dude, thank you so much, man. That is too much. Holy shit, guys. Seriously, Jeffrey, man, thank you so much for that. That is so much. I don't even know what to say. Oh man. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, guys, we're in a spot right now where we only have one more play card that we need to take care of, and we can get in this base. Some of the future things that we need to start planning now is once we get in this base, where do we go next? My game plan is get this base, get this town secured, and then we need to aim for getting this Ecolab research center up and running. Now, one of the things that we're going to focus on a little bit in this playthrough is I'm going to start trying to teach you guys about Red Talon. And Jeffrey brings up a good point here. So, hey, Jeffrey, what are you doing right now, dude? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to teach you guys about Red Talon and Red Talon, the operators. I'll show you guys the Red Talon equipment, and we'll go over that right now. So make sure we're good here.
Lily here. Twain asked me to say a few words. I just want to thank everyone, especially those who aren't here anymore. We keep going, even when we lose people who are important to us. The future we're building together. It has to go on. Don't let it die.
Never use the Red Talon? Okay, well, we'll go over it right now. So, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to go about getting Red Talons and stuff like that. But how you get anything Red Talon in your game, the only way to get the Red Talon stuff into your game, is right here with this Daybreak option in your radio. So what you do is you click on this option, and here you can either recruit a Red Talon Daybreak operator or Red Talon soldier. They are identical, guys. They are the same exact thing. The only difference is the clothes they are wearing. One of them is wearing the actual Daybreak operator like ninja suit. The other one's wearing the old school this one is the old school, like, Red Talon vest. It's like this gray vest with, like, this black combat uniform underneath it. Most people like the ninja-looking dudes. That's the ones I like. Or you call in your Prestige Trader. Now, the Prestige Trader is... They actually have the guns. They have the facilities. They have all... I'll show you guys the list here in a second. Jeffrey, are you in chat, bro? What are you doing right now, man? Hey, DeBarros, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. So I'll hop out. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so this, if you come here to the main menu, you have obviously your campaign. You got Heartland, which is the quote unquote story that starts off in Trouble Valley. And then you have Daybreak. Daybreak is where it's like a horde mode. You can play here. You can play with friends. You can play online with randoms. You can play it solo. It doesn't matter. However you want to play. And when you start off Daybreak, you're going to have none of this stuff unlocked. And as you play through the game, you start unlocking the weapons to use in Daybreak, but you also start unlocking the weapons for you to access in State of Decay 2. So it says rewards available in Daybreak. These are what you can use in Daybreak. And then it says rewards available in State of Decay 2. So this is saying when you use that radio call-in that I showed you, these are the actual weapons that when you call in that trader, you can buy off that trader. And like I said, you're going to start off with nothing here. And as you play through Daybreak, you're going to start unlocking all of these things and unlocking. And it literally goes in a linear order like this until you get to the bottom. Clio Core, not really worth it in my opinion. I mean, you can unlock it. It's the only facility mod that requires you to full clear all 7 rounds of Daybreak. Everything else can be done without you having to full clear. I think you only need to do 5 rounds. So the number one things you want to aim for in this list, right, in my opinion, is you want the Red Talon Workshop. It's so good, especially in Lethal Zone. If you can get your hands on one of these guys, they are broken. Like they're so overpowered, it's crazy. As soon as you install this thing, it only costs 6 in Lethal Zone. It costs 6 materials to install, and which is still cheaper than a level 1 workshop that costs 8. Right? So it costs 6 materials to install. Only takes a few minutes to install. And once it's installed, it's a level 3 workshop right off the bat. Max level. So you get a max level workshop, right? With built-in power. So you don't have to put any power stuff into it. It has power already built into it. And like I said, it's an automatic level 3 right off the bat for 6 materials. Now, if you do the math, a level 3 workshop costs 8 for the first upgrade, 15 for the second upgrade, 25 for the third upgrade. So just between 2 and 3, 15 and 25, you're looking at 40 materials there. And then another 8. So you're looking at almost 50 materials to get a level 3 workshop. Or you can build this one for 6. All right, so right there, that's already what makes it super good in Lethal Zone. And on top of that, on top of the built-in power, it passively repairs your melee and ranged weapons. So as your guns are sitting in your locker, this workshop just passively repairs them. So you don't have to sit there and invest a ton of parts into them. You just let them sit in the box, and over time, just like with the infirmary where your survivors passively heal over time, this will just this will do the same thing for your weapons. So really, really good. Really, really good. Let me see here. The watchtower is pretty good too. This acts as like you get 3 guards, so you get a lot of people standing on top of it. It's okay. It's like having a big sniper tower without the effect in a small facility slot. So it's pretty good. And what else? Where are they? So the other thing I was going to tell you about actually isn't even a part of this. It's the fire. What are they called? The fire bombs. I think they're fire bombs. Those things are so good against plague ferals. I'm gonna actually showcase those one of these days for you guys. But you can buy those even without unlocking anything here. And this Red Talon crafting station here gives you access to craft any of these throwables here. And I think you can also craft Clio ammo. But yeah, so unlocking all this stuff, getting your hands on a Clio heavy sniper, this thing only costs, this is actually really, really good. This thing is a 50 cal. It's quiet. Well, it's not super quiet, but it's quieter, and it hits just like a 50 cal. The good thing about this weapon is it's only 750 prestige, guys. That's still a decent amount, but it's one of the easiest ways to get your hands on a quote-unquote 50 cal. You can get this right in the beginning of the game if you have prestige points. You can call in one of them traders, go and buy one, and that's actually probably what we'll do at some point. We'll get our hands on one of these heavy snipers so I can show you guys how good it is. And Alex, thank you so much for the sub. I do appreciate it. Camille's saying soda can bombs stun ferals in 1 hit. I'm gonna have to try that out, Camille. No, crafting the fire bombs out of this, Michael, is worth it. Everything else, like if you're trying to craft these grenades and shit in lethal zone, oh, it's way too unbalanced. I don't even know if Undead Labs went over those numbers properly because, for instance, to craft like a set of minefield, I believe it costs like 9 ammo and a ton of fire. It's ridiculous how expensive. But the fire bombs, they're pretty cheap. They're really not that bad. I craft them in my my forever community all the time. Well, so I was trying to see if Jeffrey was in chat because I would have done a round of Daybreak with him right now. And again, Jeffrey, man, it's so much, dude. Yeah, it does craft. It does cost prestige. Now, like I said, those fire bombs, they're pretty cheap though. I think it's like 80 prestige or something like that. It's really not that much. And I do need to host a Daybreak stream one of these days. Are Red Talon operators worth it? For sure. They're definitely. So that's why I kind of want to get some Daybreak points because we're going to recruit a Red Talon in this guide so I can show you guys how to go about utilizing Red Talon recruits. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to kind of show you guys what Daybreak is just in case you don't know. Now, when you first start, you're not going to have any of this stuff. None of it. You're going to start off with these 3 guns, and that's it. You won't have any of these Cleo guns unlocked. Now, Daybreak gets easier as you unlock more and more stuff. This is generally the setup I run. I go Cleo Heavy Sniper to deal with Juggernauts and stuff in the later rounds, and I just grab a gun out of the box. There is a gun. There's 3 boxes when you first start your Daybreak playthrough, which I'll show you, and it has guns in them. I grab the shotgun. Shotgun is literally meta, and in Daybreak. I like to grab myself. It doesn't really matter. Cleo Mace is pretty good. You get some good knockdown. Knockdown is pretty important in Daybreak because you have to deal with a lot of armored zombies. And then I like to start off with some minefields. Eldridge, are we friends on Xbox already? Guys, thank you so much for 300 likes. I really do appreciate that. Oh, okay. How the heck are we supposed to play, Eldridge? All right, so let's do this. So this is what I do. Come up. You can repair this wall really quick. Yo, the shotgun is it's meta in Daybreak. Super meta.
So here's the deal. I gotta wake up this relay and connect it to the Cleo satellite network. But it takes a few minutes, and the zombies are very sensitive to the signal.
So this is my go-to gun right here. Let me grab these walls. Grab a healing. Grab this, and that.
If the zombies get me, this whole mission is for nothing. You have a little time before trouble arrives. Suggest you gear up and finish building that barricade.
All right, so if you guys are on my friends list, I'm not gonna like request people right now, but if you guys are on my friends list and you want to jump in on this Daybreak game, you can. I'm just gonna be showcasing some stuff right now. What do I want for dinner? Ooh, that's a good question. I know Vito said Chinese. So any of you guys that are already friends with me, you can just join me off the friends list. If you can right click join, you can jump in. So yeah, the main thing I grab is shotgun. If you're running solo, that's what I would advise you to grab. It's so good in the later rounds because you don't have to worry about noise in Daybreak. You don't have to worry about noise at all. Make as much noise as you want. It's legit, and it knocks down the armored zombies and allows you to execute them really, really quickly. So you can come out here. This is where I generally defend from. This is where everybody defends from, really, when you're not being an NPC who stands behind the wall.
Look, we can't wait anymore. I hope you're ready because I'm waking up now.
Everybody hear that? Places, people. Zombies will be here soon.
All right, moment of truth. Stay alive or God try. Okay, it's awake. That's a good start. I hope y'all are ready.
Here we go.
Whatever you did just got the Zed's attention.
I know we can do this. Everyone get ready.
Now, solo Daybreak, like I said, it gets a little crazier. In the early rounds, you used to have to really be careful with how many resources you were using, like bullets wise. Around, kind of get these guys off the wall. There's a bunch of them. And just kind of splash them with the gun. Throw a repair kit on this wall really quick.
You're almost done with this wave. Just hold on.
Got a bloater in the vicinity.
No, Vito said he wanted to that if we could order Chinese. And these are the guys that you unlock. These are red talons right here. And this is what pretty much you're striving for. Should probably go grab that second. Can I grab another stack? Yeah. So I didn't drop my mines yet. I was like wondering why my inventory looked weird.
Suppose we can hold out a bit longer.
The bandages are used to heal up this this tech. Oh, you placed two inside? Okay.
Everyone, take your positions and prepare to fight. Just gotta keep this up a little longer.
Good grab.
Drop artillery on the zombies. I'll definitely be your friend.
All right. Go out, grab some airdrops really quick. Now, I believe round 3 is where you get your first Juggernaut.
Something just landed in your area. I'm reading multiple Clio radio signals. She's sending equipment to help us. Like I said, we're best friends.
Somebody go grab whatever she sent us.
And your main goal when you first start playing Daybreak is to try to make it to round 3. That's your main goal. Try to make it to round 3 and beat it, because every time you go round 3, you're gonna get an unlock or a partial unlock, and you just want to keep doing that over and over and over again. Is just trying to get that round 3. Get a repair kit on this wall. So we got a ton of mines on the inside here, so if the zombies do breach, we'll be all right. See, I don't know if there was any stamina over here. All right, here we go.
All right, Zeds are inbound, and I mean a lot of them. The data flow hasn't stopped yet, so we have to stay put.
I had to give him back his bullets. He's seen me, guys. I thought I was slick.
I spy a bloater approaching your position.
It was pretty slick, right? And that's why I like the shotgun though, because you can really manage the armored zombies, which I feel like are super annoying, especially when you're using like 7.62 and stuff like that. Armored zombies do you no favors. But yeah, you can just knock the armored zombies down one hit, and take them out with the with your knife. But yeah, that's why I use the shotgun, because you can just, no matter what, you can always knock down an armored zombie in one hit. I gotta watch my wall on this side. It's a little banged up. Yeah, you can, but the thing is I'm not trying to waste a ton of Cleo ammo early on. One shot in the armored zombies. And the cool thing is, shotguns are they're spread aim weapons, so you don't have to try to hit that headshot guaranteed in all the mayhem that is Daybreak. You know what I mean? It's a lot more forgiving. Oh, shit. There it is.
I'm reading another Cleo drop on the field.
Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead. I could drop a lot of the Cleo ammo. I don't have to worry about that right this very second, so we can get out here and fill up our bags as much as possible. And this is pretty much it, guys. This is Daybreak. You're gonna play this, try to unlock. Like I said, each time you play, unlock more and more stuff. Alright, so we're going to throw some repair kits on our walls. My two walls are pretty banged up. Oh, we got the breaking wall glitch. Sometimes that will happen. Your walls will just instantly... Now, the thing is, don't repair it. Just let it break completely. Well, he's going to repair it. Let it break completely and then fix it once it completely breaks. Because if not, it's just going to continue breaking over and over and over again. There. So once it's broke, you can actually go ahead and repair it.
Like the blood plague is working overtime to upgrade these fuckers. So just be ready for it, is what I'm saying. You got that?
Let's go ahead and reload this.
That's a feral. You better be careful. They're damn quick.
Alright. You got a lot more zombies coming your way. Get ready.
Okay, so I got some grenades to help with jugs. Or just if shit gets crazy.
We'll do ours.
You can kind of like pre-lay these. Just gotta make sure you don't set them off by shift Q.
Make sure to pop that bloater before it gets close.
But if my walls get overrun, I can hit those too.
Have to fight 'em off.
Well, I don't even know what the button is set off on a controller is. Mine's Shift Q because I'm on mouse and keyboard. Yeah, if you're playing on a controller, just gotta be make sure you're careful not to set off your mines too early.
Focus on the big one.
Yep, he's coming my side. Now the thing is, the ferals, so they can jump the fence, but usually the mines will kill them. We're okay. Mines don't hurt the tech guy, no. Nope. Okay, so we're going to be entering into one of the, for sure, harder rounds. Round 5 is one of the hardest rounds in all of Daybreak. So the thing about the pistol now is I can, now that we have the primary secondary, I can now use the Clio pistol also as backup. Grab that, the wall. I wish the Clio pistol was a little bit stronger because you, like, if it had like a really good knockdown, I wouldn't even really need to use a shotty. Yeah, it's all the drops.
I need a rest.
I got a little bit of shotty ammo left. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, grab Grab 2 stacks. Go drop him some shoddy. And then we're gonna go top off our grenades here. And one more pack of Cleo ammo. So now I can go ahead and utilize the handgun, or I can utilize the shotgun.
Finally, I was almost getting bored here.
We got one of them stinky fuckers coming your way.
Gotta get through this! That's all of that.
Gotta be careful. I'm navigating this smoke.
It's a juggernaut.
There it is. Jesus, man.
That should hold him back for a bit.
There's another batch of Cleo drops waiting for you down there.
Now, when you're playing solo, the Daybreak's actually easier. 3 players is actually the hardest way to play Daybreak because it scales based off of 1, 2, and 4, or 1, 2, and 3 players. So a 4th player isn't any harder than having 3 players in your game. I just need some healing or something. Better see if there was any healing in the boxes over here. Might actually snag one of these bandages.
Man, just think how fucked y'all'd be if old Sasquatch weren't up here helping out.
Sasquatch isn't helping out. So refresh our minds. Oh, bro. Completely empty on all that.
Alright, you got a lot more zombies coming your way. Get ready. It's not time to go just yet. I need you to hold the line. Make sure to pop that bloater before.
Let me borrow some of this Cleo ammo, man.
Time to reload.
Can't see him.
Time to reload. Well, that's the last of them.
Yeah, we got some rocket pods. All right, so I think we used up a lot of our mines, so I'll drop this set of mines here. Shit! Just dropped my damn rocket pod. I didn't want to drop that. Well, that sucks. Alright, so we're just gonna stay pretty much just Cleo this round. A lot of juggernauts in this round.
I hope you got the guts for one last stand, because I see a shitload of Zeds coming in. She's almost fully charged.
We're just mainly just gonna run Cleo heavy sniper exclusive.
Can't let even one damn zombie get through.
So mad though. I dropped that damn rocket pod and I can't pick it back up.
It's a juggernaut.
Had an auto breaking barricade here. Hey, Dax Pilgrim, thank you so much for hanging out, man.
I copy. Evac is inbound.
Appreciate the assist, guys. I should have enough now to get myself a Red Talon recruit next episode. I'm hoping that I have enough at least. There it is. All right, nice. Ended up with 1932 plus some bonus here. Yeah, so got about 2,300-ish. It's pretty good. We'll see what we're sitting at right now for our overall prestige number. Like I said, he had to fight one round with a pistol only. So if you ever want to know how many points you have, you can come here to your collection and just scroll over an item and it'll tell you. It says right there, you have. So right now I have 3,790 Daybreak points, which is enough for me to call in a Red Talon. For a Red Talon, you need 2,750. So right now I know if I call in a Red Talon, I'll have about 1,000 left. And if I wanted to go ahead and get my hands on this Red Talon workshop, we're gonna need to probably farm up about another 1,500. So one more game of Daybreak at some point, and I'll have enough to get the workshop too. So Art asks, is it possible to get the Fabricator and Utility Complex in a normal game? No, right now those are still currently only Heartland facilities. All right, guys. So this went on pretty good. I got a round of Daybreak in the end here. Jeffrey, man, I wish I could have got a chance to play with you. I really do appreciate those monster donations, man. You don't even understand. I hope you guys learned a little bit today. Like I said, we're going to start leaning a little bit more into the Daybreak stuff too in the actual gameplay, showing you guys about getting Red Talons, how to use them, what Red Talons you want to look for, because as a new player who never really uses Red Talons, you're probably like, okay, well, what makes Red Talons special? What is good about them? What's bad about them? Because each Red Talon type, hacker, mobile, or the demo, like every single one of the different Red Talons have a positive and a negative, and if you go ahead and you're having issues with food and you go ahead and get yourself a hacker Red Talon, you're going to have more issues with food because hacker Red Talons eat double the amount of food. So it's definitely something that you got to plan for and play around, and that's something we're going to lean into going forward. But over 360 likes on the stream. I really, really do appreciate it, guys. We're going to be doing a couple more things today. I think I'm going to be playing some Dark Souls here in a little bit, and we're also going to play some maybe some more Assassin's Creed. We'll see. So hopefully I'll see a bunch of you guys over there. I really do appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been showing me over the past, pretty much since I started doing this. And I love you guys. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.